We will get started, 7 o'clock. Thank you, everyone. Please note that this meeting is being broadcast and recorded, will be made available on the town's YouTube channel. The agenda is in front of us. Adoption of the committee minutes. I have a motion here moved by Mike Nagel, seconded by Ford, that the minutes be adopted by the Special Events Committee and that the confidential minutes of the closed sessions of the committee remain confidential and restricted from public disclosure. In accordance with exemptions provided in the Municipal Information Protection Privacy Act, referring to meeting minutes special events for April 7th, 2025. That's in our package in front of us, and I do have a change to make in it. I'll let everyone else take a look at it first. Any changes, anybody? Now, the only change that I would like to make is motion number 4. So I'm going to have to ask, motion number 5. I'll have to ask the mover at that time, which was Brenda, and the seconder, which was Mike. We had approved a budget for the picnic in the park for 10,000. We're going to need to increase that and include in safety day, which I forgot, so apologies. So going from 10,000, I would like to increase it to 15. If the first and second are okay.
Is that a new motion or a previously passed motion?
Previously passed, but I asked Nicole what's the proper way to do it.
I would put a new motion on the motion table, increasing the budget by value X.
Okay. Okay, so I need to increase the new motion, then I need to let's just approve those minutes as they are stated then right now. All in favor? Very, thank you. I might as well do that now, if that's okay, to if someone would like to move the second a motion to increase the budget for picnic in the park and food safety day for an extra 5,000. So from 10,000 to 15,000. Seconder, Mike, thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Moving on, number 5, accounts. A motion here by Ingrid, seconded by Gore, that the Special Events Committee receive and approve the payables for April 2025, which is listed in our package. Well, that being the Magical Express screen, the Easter coroplast signs that we got done this year, the posters, the Facebook advertising. I did manage to secure some pretty good shows for the Mega Tree for Christmas that were 75% off. So that's quite good. The Easter backdrops, which were actually excellent, by the way, Brenda, they were fantastic. The sponsor board for this year and Twisted Chris's hours. Anybody any questions on those payables?
One slight question. We do a new sponsor board a couple of times a year.
Unless it really goes crazy, then.
Okay, so when we've got it here for the ODS printing, that sponsor board would also is going to be used for other events as well.
All year.
Yeah.
All year.
Perfect. Thank you.
But it was designed in such a way that certain spots open.
We can add to. Yes, I think I might have a few for you.
Okay. Is everyone in favor with those payables then as you see it? All in favor? Gary, thank you. Business arising from the previous minutes. So Easter extravaganza. What a day. It was absolutely fantastic. The petting zoo, we had ducks sticking around with both guinea pigs. It was well received by the people as well as the staff. Loved the center of the room. Face painting, Jill, you estimated around 100 kids, I think, for face painting.
200.
200. Mr. Chris, like I said, he was down for 2.5 hours, talked to him later, he had an absolute blast. We kind of ballparked the number of kids based on the candy that had come and gone that we purchased, as well as the extra cookies that we had left over. And we estimated that roughly 400 kids, plus I stood there and watched them, and there's generally 2 sets of parents, so anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200 is not out of the realm of the amount of people that showed up, so. Optimist, they did quite well in their donations this year, they were very happy, as well as they offered e-transfers. I haven't checked in with them yet how much they finally did get in e-transfers, but at the end of the day, they were very happy with what they got. Interestingly enough, comments that we received on social media and radio. Someone from Blackburn was there and they said it was an incredibly well organized event, which I thought was nice to say in the radio. Other comments, it was just an awesome event, fun, great, so. Yeah, so thank you everyone for pulling this one off again. It definitely, I would say, has easily become a signature event for
Absolutely.
Lucky, without question. Given those numbers, yeah, that it's definitely a signature event, so.
And they were already at the doors waiting before we even opened. So a lot of excitement, that's for sure.
One of the comments, Gord, actually was, thank you to the gentleman at the front door for telling us what to do. There you go.
I think we also contributed to the advanced poll.
Yes.
Use your basket, go vote. Yes, your parents vote, they should.
Quite a few that came in first, being in the wrong spot, they came in just to kind of take a look at what we were doing, and they also enjoyed what we're doing, and then went and voted, then come back, so.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, no, it really was a fantastic event, so, again, thank you to, the entire team for pulling this one off. Anyone else have any comments that they got?
I think the petting zoo being in the middle of the room was a really smart idea. I don't know who came up with it, but I think that was better for everybody. And then the animals weren't getting, too over looked at either, because otherwise people were shoving and there's a lot more room to move, so it wasn't quite as bad. I guess the woman originally asked me if they could take breaks with the animals so that they wouldn't feel overwhelmed, and they felt they really didn't even need to. I went to see them 6-7 times throughout the day, and no, we're good. And I think that's because of the location, that it wasn't so tight.
Totally agree. Yes, they loved it. It's just more interaction all the way around. So it was good. I know you guys asked me to get a rough idea if we were on budget. I think we asked for a budget of 1,800. There's a few things that I just got tonight. I haven't figured into it, but I think we'll be just slightly over the 18 that we figured on. A good portion of the thank you goes to keeping the budget in check would be to Jill or whoever did all the candy, to keeping it. We allowed 550, we were at 295. So again, thank you for sourcing that. That definitely helped for sure. There's only a few bags that broke, I think.
Yeah, there was a couple kids that dropped theirs too, and when they dropped them, they broke. But yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Nothing you can do.
I think though, last year and this year we ran out of candy both. I think next year we should probably be aiming for, because we did close to 300 bags of things. I think we should probably do closer to 350 next year. But it was nice to have the cookies as the backup. So I feel like if we did those for Christmas, then we could easily freeze them and pull them out for Easter if needed.
Yeah, and they were still good.
Yeah.
I wonder if we do decide to do that, if we kind of like what we thought with the Easter, just throw a sticker on them, maybe just kind of keep them neutral and then just find nice Christmas stickers.
But just like a white or, yeah.
Or cellophane kind of clear bag. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Yep.
Good idea. That's a good idea. Okay,
The baskets for the draw, they looked amazing and a lot of people really, I got a lot of comments.
yeah. One of the ladies was just around the corner in Kamlaki. As soon as I phoned her, by the time I pressed stop on the phone, she was already there. She was quite happy to get the basket. And the other was in Sarnia, and my wife was going to Sarnia, so she dropped it off her house, and I got an email that night from her, and just made her weekend. She absolutely loved everything that was in it. Stephanie just did an amazing job. She really did, you know. And she's already reached out to say if there's anything else that we'd like to together, or we'd like her to put together for us. She is more than thrilled to do that, so that's good. Moving on, picking in the park, safety day. Hope that we get really good weather. It's gotta warm up sooner or later. Let's hope sooner. We, in the subcommittee meeting, we kind of went through a lot of the details regarding the event. We do have the magic train booked for sure. We are going to do bag stuffers, so I do have a sample here of a bag stuffer. And actually, I'll do a little bit more, and it's going to be less than what the cost is that I quoted there for the 400. The only thing I don't know, Nicole, did you ever hear back regarding the hand wash stations? And
Yep, they're all booked.
so do you remember roughly what that amount is? Because I just ballparked.
It's probably gonna be what the original price was, and I think it was between 13 and 1400.
For the two events? So anyway, I prepared a kind of a rough budget there that's in front of us. Definitely open to any discussion on any of that that's there, and you know, you should have the safety day portion at the bottom as well. So in the safety day portion as well at the bottom, I included the last item there for 1450, which would be the one item that the committee was looking at purchasing. And I think, you know, we should decide on that probably tonight, preferably just so that it's here in time for the event.
Is that the big tent that can be made into Santa's workshop?
So, but I don't have to purchase that portion of it just yet. Use the tent and the frame, or the frame and the topper for that portion. I couldn't think of anything else that, other than the washroom scenario, I'll refigure that back into the equation. Tattoos, who was looking after tattoos? Was it,
I've
Work?
looked, yeah,
is that going to be enough, do you figure 240?
so.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if I could find something kind of bigger.
Okay.
But I'm not finding quite what I want yet, but we still have more days
Yeah.
to look, so, yeah.
Okay, all right. Musician, that was locked in, right, Mike? He's good, perfect, okay. Well, while I'm looking over this, if I can get pull up the plot plan. Thank you.
They're both May 24th, right?
Cause roughly how many kids?
Oh, yeah, I got May 31st on the top one.
Roughly how many kids did we have at Picnic in the Park last year? Like, we probably need to have enough to stuffs for 300-400 kids, I guess.
That would be in your community action plan, right? We had a total amount of people, I remember.
Yeah. We only had approximately 700 people.
Yeah. We could use the leftovers at Celebrate Canada though.
Yeah. Okay, so Nicole, can you fit that to page then, map there? Again, we went over this in the subcommittee. I put on there, Al, kind of what I would need from the town, I guess, there. And kind of locations for when they drop the washrooms, hand wash stations off and stuff like that. Picnic tables, whatever you've got, I guess. I didn't put a number, but whatever you've got. Extension cords, we're gonna need some, especially to run, I'm guessing from the pool over to the music trailer.
Trailer's gonna be where you had it last year.
little bit further towards the north, not much further towards. But there are some plugs underneath the gazebo too, I think, right? Because if it's the same group, like I know they use 2 plugs at. So we should be okay, even if it's just from the gazebo, we should be good. So if you can scroll, or we go down, yep. Keep going down, these to where it says food, which is should be the very bottom. Food vendors, someone help me out with this. I know the Lions finally confirmed that they will be available. We have Logic. Bubbles. OMG.
Pizza if they get a generator.
Okay, so you had gone and talked to them, okay. Is that it?
Yes. Yeah. Did we ever look check the card?
And then we have the town
Yeah. Whatever, yeah.
park there. Okay. Safety day off the left-hand side. So what is confirmed right now is the OPP, the fire and bridge. Province and one good shape or another. Hydro one most likely, but we may not know until we go, probably. Fire safety, yes. Wyoming tree, as far as I know, yes. EMO. Adam, I think you said.
It will be them or I'll be our emergency manager,
Okay.
or a combination thereof.
Okay. Victim services, yes. Shriners Burn Awareness, Family Counseling, Serenity, and Masana Chip will be there. Picnic tables with the green garbage cans and the recycling bin. I don't know how many recycling bins you have. If you have one, that's okay too.
We have one on wheels, but we have the larger blue bins as well. I mean.
Okay, well, that's fine. Okay. So Nicole, I have kind of where the washrooms and the hand wash stations are there. Music, so that's kind of at the very where I'm thinking of the trailer. So I think we can work out probably extension cords right from the gazebo, I think. That'll kind of be a day of thing. Our tent, you can see there along with tattoos, because we'll do tattoos at our tent, right? Yep, okay. Let me skip down to TC Twisted Crest by the skate pad or roller thing there, underneath the tree there. Rides are at the back and on that other little, there might be 1 or 2 things just on that little cement pad at the back there. Groups, any feedback from them, Jill?
Yep, I have 8 groups that are confirmed. Still waiting to hear from the Agricultural Society, which I knew that they would be late because I think they're having a meeting this week.
Meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah, so, and I did give Leo a call, but I haven't heard anything. So let's say 9 groups. That includes Broadway service. And I asked him today any more about the eco car or whatever, and he didn't know anything about the gentleman I was talking to. So I said, well, we'll check in with you the week of. So I don't know, did he have in mind being with the groups? Because we can put them at an end with the car beside, or like, what do you think he had in mind, you know?
Not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Us, I think.
So how much space do you have there? Cause I told everybody 12 by 12, which would fit their 10 by 10 foot tent nicely. So if we have, if we had, I just figured it out for 8. So we need 108 feet plus if he has the car. So have you got enough?
You got 2 rows of 6 is what I hit in there, so.
Oh, so they're back to back kind of thing?
But we do have more space, kind of. The rides probably can be pushed back just a little bit. I'm guesstimating. So that sounds good for the number of groups then, for sure.
Really?
Water trailer, or is it, I think it's water trailer, right?
One is the trailer, one is gonna be the station like we had set up at the safety day last year. We had to switch the date because we'd originally were talking the end, so when we switched. The trailer itself is not available, but they have this station that is available.
Right.
So we'll just need a hose hookup.
And the water trailer is a power hookup.
I think it's just a hose hookup as well.
Oh, okay, all right.
Might be a power too, because then it cools, right? I'll double check.
So water hookup. Al at the park.
They have there's a water spigot at the front of the pool building.
Okay, like around by the front,
Yes.
just off to the side the door or something, okay. So then probably,
Just to the north of the entrance.
okay,
So we can just run a potable water hose.
Yeah, we put a splitter on there last year because JJ's, they use the water as well, so. We put a splitter on there to make sure that the water was available for both.
The town has a water hose that we can connect it to, or does the trailer?
Trailer will have some, I'd have to double check the length.
Want to make sure you have a, like, proper drinking hose, so.
Yes.
Not a garden hose.
olden day garden hose, eh?
It is a garden hose, but it's especially material that is NFS certified, blah, blah, blah.
Can I just quick ask a question? Melissa, early years, are they coming for sure? And are they gonna be in with the community groups or a space of their own, like what the other is going to be?
So we could set them up kind of by the playground, or we could put them in with the community groups.
I did not include them with the community groups, so.
Sure where we were at. with
Yeah.
that, so.
Let me check with her. She did say that they were like 95% sure, so let me double check with her. And let me ask her about sizing. See what she needs.
They'll be bringing like a little play area or something, will they not or not?
Yeah, I mean, when they came to the Petroleum Farmers Market, they brought like one of those little like maybe 2x2 like tables and filled it with corn and construction things. So I don't think they'll need a ton of space, but it might be nice to have them over by the play equipment versus with the groups, but
Yeah, well, what I was thinking is if they're in line with the community group,
Yes.
I don't want adults walking into them or, you know, whatever kind of thing, so.
yeah, I'll ask her if they know what they have planned yet and get a better idea.
That'll kind of be a game day decision then, I guess.
I don't think it's anything major, but the mayor will know better, but just based on him talking about masonship, I think it's a partnership with the OPP, so it might make sense to put them close together.
He did mention that
Okay.
they wanted to be with the OPP.
Yeah,
Did we put fire at the end too, in case they need to get out? or is that-
OPP wanted it at the very end.
Oh, did they? Okay.
I think if they park facing the road, able to get it there.
Yeah, because of what OPP is bringing this year. I'm assuming the park will be cut and stuff like that,
Be all ready for you.
like good stuff.
Splash pad?
Yeah, splash pad, what's the timing on that?
Opens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Opens tomorrow?
Opens. So,
This is actually a little open.
On a wetsuit though.
We have them opening it tomorrow, yes. It's the rain.
Guess no one will push the button then.
Next week.
Serve water.
Thank you, that's good to hear, that always helps the event.
Mhm.
So I had stuck the train crossing in, if you can scroll down just a little bit, well, the train crossing kind of there, for the simple fact, because we got a full park. He used to wander off the side last year through some people, so this year. He might, I'd just rather keep him away from some of the equipment that's gonna be at safety day and maybe kind of wander us through the dotted line showing there. I don't know, I gotta talk with him when they get here to see what he's comfortable with.
I worry if it's a nice day, the kids are gonna be running back and forth from the splash pad right through there.
Yeah, but hopefully they would stop when they see a train coming too. That's.
Did they have CN come in? Maybe. Yeah, we could CN there with.
That's the best that I could come up with, but I'm open to what you guys think or what they think the day of, you know.
Flagging from CN.
Alex suggested having Broadway at the railway crossing beams that's their train that day.
Well, that's a
With
good idea.
their car or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
And we could.
Yeah.
Put the sign on the car and near the car too, and
Yeah, I'm
put
okay
a room
with
there.
that. It's like, it doesn't look like a lot of space here, but there's a lot of space. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of the rough layout for the day, it's just so when washrooms, hand wash stations get delivered, when the town does their thing with picnic tables and stuff. No, it's by no means set in stone, but it's something to start with.
So we're gonna need someone, I'm not sure if Melissa, if you're interested or someone else wants to pick up. Reading the community groups as they come, showing them the spaces.
I can do that.
Now, I've said to them in their letters of confirmation, ask them to bring a volunteer to help them set up, because I'm not sure what our volunteers, so you really just kind of have to show them the spaces, and then they can decide themselves.
Yeah.
What actual, because we're not going to number the spaces or anything like that, so, yep, just point them in the direction where they go.
Yeah.
Should be it.
I can give you a hand with that too, Melissa.
And the committee will meet their weather pending a couple days beforehand with Jill, your wheel to kind of do our thing. Spray paint, right? Did we have spray paint left over from
Was.
That- Brenda's? Is that the pink one that you wanted to get rid of?
Got the orange for construction zones in the back of my car too, if you need it.
Unless Brenda wants to really get rid of the pink ones.
That's how much she's got.
think that's messy.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a spray paint issue of you need to watch your shoes when you spray. I was careful and didn't get any on my shoes, but one of those spray thingies,
Spray cans.
those like long arm things that spray the spray cans. I have no idea what they're called.
Oh, you're saying your feet got in the way.
No, I moved them quickly, but I learned from last year.
I'll do it and just wear bare
You have new
feet.
boots, first thing someone does is grabs a spray can.
I'll do it and just wear bare feet and do my nails.
You're always thinking, Jill. Nicole, can you pull up that, the sheet, the Word file document? Yes. So a couple of years ago, we had come up with the participant acknowledgement form. Thank you to you, yes, sent it to me. Couple of changes, right, Nicole, that you had to make down?
Yeah, there was just two spots that we changed. We just put participant acknowledges.
Agreements are a touchy word under municipal act, only the council can bind the corporation, so it can't be an agreement, that's why it's an acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement, okay.
And then just down below. Because I have read, understand, and I am in acknowledgement.
Okay. With the retained here. And does any of us have any questions on that there then?
Is this for the food trucks?
Yeah, just for the food. And we do have the fire chief coming to look at everyone's insurance and food certificate. Usually it was always a fire chief that.
I don't know, have we talked to the fire chief?
He's aware of the event because you got firefighters to come.
Okay. Is he aware he's doing an inspection of food trucks is the other question?
I don't.
We'll follow up.
Okay.
While we're mentioning that to him, we may also want to mention Celebrate Canada, because I feel like we'll have the same concerns.
Celebrate Canada, yeah. Celebrate Canada. Yeah. I see you writing it down, so I won't.
So Brad, are you going to send this out to the?
I'll
food
send it to all the
Okay.
food people, yeah.
And we're gonna remind them that we need them paid. We usually do a week in advance.
Says there at least 1 week prior to the
Yeah.
event. No, there is some that were
Paid from last year.
paid from last year
Yeah.
for Canada Day.
I think that's fine, because Celebrate Canada's in Kamlaki this year. I think unless we're using, if we're not using them for Canada Day,
Bubbles would be the one.
yeah, I think it's fine. Just let it be used for this event.
Cool. Before you send it over to them, can you put it on our letterhead and then just put the font to our standard font?
And for the health inspection thing too, Will's not available. He can probably, we can probably just ask for them in advance. You can look at them. Do the on-site inspection.
So, we've always set the form as is with $100 to the Lions, but we've never asked the Lions to.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay with that? So I guess when you're all, get it all tidied up, Nicole, if you can send me that PDF, then I'll just fire it off to all the food vendors then. Okay. Thank you everyone for that. Does anyone else have anything that they need to go over? Or
The $100 fee, that goes to the special events committee, right? I would say $100 donation to the special events committee, because the way it sounds like now is the town is pocketing the money.
Yeah, you're
Which
right.
does not, that's not the intent, so we should probably clarify that. So I just noticed that as it's disappearing from the screen.
so the 110 thing I'll put off a little bit until a little bit further down on the agenda here. There will be 2 checks that I will come into the town the week prior to the event, which will to pick up, and that I know of right now, it's Magical Express Balance. As well as Kitty's Fun Pack. Like the day of, would it be? Or Magic Group the day of? Okay, so can you let Nicole know the name then to make the check out too? So there'll be another check there for the musician and it, you know, for that as well. There's only 3 that I know of. If not, I'll be in touch with you. Just because this is kind of our last go at the picnic in the park before the event is here. The bag stuffers, I can quickly show you that. So I have a price for 2,500 bag stuffers that will do one side picnic in the park, safety day, the other side celebrate Canada. Will be at the grocery store and then somewhere in the Grove area, Kamlaki area. You gentlemen, I'll leave that up to you wherever. So it's 592, so roughly 300 for each event. I have budgeted 400, but it'll actually be 300.
I think in the past we have been able to get into Foodland in Bryce Grove. I think it just took patience because we had to go in and ask and then wait and then ask again and then wait and then we finally got them in.
The right person.
Yeah.
We can probably hit food and probably hit the grain elevator and even that other store, the M&Ms where the beer store is.
Oh, yeah.
Kingston's Cove.
Do you want me to take some for Foodland here? Or it doesn't matter, but
Yeah, that's fine. If
You know anybody at Foodland?
they know me, so
I'd still let you in the store.
yeah,
I still spend money.
It wouldn't be bad to see if maybe we can put some in at the ice cream store that's opening.
Yep.
Cause they'll get a lot of, I feel like they're gonna get a lot of foot traffic when they first open.
Yep.
Well, I can ask Claire too. She's
Yeah.
one of the kids that work Foodland, so yeah,
It would be great
Yeah,
to,
I'll take some for her.
and we'll put them in what, the week prior or 2 weeks prior. I think 2 weeks prior would probably be better. Because we have our ad in the paper going in on May 8th. Well. So once we're done the meeting, I'll just have everyone take a quick look at it. It's kind of what we've looked at all the way along. I do also have flyers as well, for you guys to, put out there. Again, it's 3 weeks and a bit away, so as soon as we get all that stuff out, the better. Alex, whenever you want to start social media, I'll leave that up to you.
I usually do 2 weeks, but if we're doing $50, I can.
I just think the more exposure, the better. Mike, can I ask you to write a, thing for the paper, or not the paper, sorry, the radio that you did last time?
Okay.
Is there any chance the radio station can do a live broadcast from the event?
Not for zero budget.
Okay.
Yeah,
They don't do it for community events though, for nothing? Okay.
it was a day.
Pardon me?
It was a day.
Was a day, yeah.
Be an advertiser first.
Oh, really?
It was a day.
We get good coverage just on their websites too.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that, so.
I'll send you the stuff for the website for down here as well. I'm gonna move along here. Celebrate Canada. It is June 21st. I don't have any numbers at this point, but we're okay. Simply for the fact that we are carrying over some stuff from Canada Day last year that got postponed. We had to add on the one bouncy castle, which we did, or I wouldn't even say it's a castle, monstrosity. It is available, so
perfect.
yeah, so that is coming. It does require one on a generator, which is fine. The train is coming. Food trucks are all decided upon. The rides are all decided upon. Jill, thank you. Cupcakes, that's all decided upon. Beer tent, stone pickers. Gord, do you want to fill us in with the update on that?
Yeah, they also have their spritzers, they'll provide them if we want.
So that'll eliminate having a wine vendor either, so that keeps it all contained within one vendor, so I think we're good with that. What are your thoughts, Brenda? So I think that was kind of what we were thinking, a spritzer more so than wine itself, just something non-beer. Basically,
Did you get anywhere with,
and I reached out to the one vendor I was talking to. I have not heard back from them. I sent a couple of emails, so I'm not sure I'm really gonna worry about, because Stone Picker's willing to do something else, so
do we just let them do the whole?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think if somebody gets back to us, let's look at the options,
Exactly.
but I think at this point, it's fine.
Yeah, instead of chasing and running around like crazy people, we have an alternative. I think we should just
Yeah,
with that, and like you said, if somebody comes back to us between now and then, okay, then we can reevaluate and still do that.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that makes the most amount of sense.
I'll get in touch with her tomorrow and let her know.
okay, perfect. Now, I know a couple years ago, Adam, when we had it at the fairgrounds, we had, I believe Norma came in and she did tap or whatever with the debit terminal. And she hotspotted off her phone. Is that something that we should have for the town? Because we're handling money that day?
Like for the bar or for the?
Yeah, for the bar.
Well, wouldn't the bar being held by Stone Pickers if they were running it?
We sold the tickets,
We
because
sold the
the
tickets.
problem was last time, part of the bar was Stone Pickers, part of the bar was somebody else.
Why would we need to have tickets anyway? Why wouldn't they just go to Stone Picker booth directly and?
I think it's part of the liquor license, I think you have
Oh, is it?
to,
Okay,
I could be wrong, but.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
If we did it for the fair, it's likely we can do it for Celebrate Canada as well. I'll have to ask Norma,
It was the fair doing. I think it might have been the
which
fair
is
years, wasn't it?
possible.
Dr. Paul volunteered for that, but she came in with the towns, but she. Well, we got lots of time to worry about the little details in that, but I'm just trying to think of things as I go down the. We did really try and partner with the Legion to get some. Music, sorry, can I just back up for 1 second? The Picnic in the Park, it is okay. Legion that we use in park lot. For the 24th. No problem there because they're gonna be closed. They're doing renovations for that whole week. They're closed.
Timing.
Got that, take care of on the weekend. Like a celebration, we're trying to work with the Legion to get music for the event. I don't know, did we ever get anywhere with an answer? They're kind of in flux right now with a few things.
Haven't heard a peep.
Okay, so Mike did find somebody,
Firm that up. Will be needed.
throw it out to the group, I guess.
Stephanie and the Aiken Hearts.
Sounds fabulous.
Her dad used to be the drummer and she's vocalist, and then they get other people to play. Her dad has since passed away, but the group continues on. So it'll be heavily on country, but
If that doesn't work, there is a cover band called Jam Lackey that played Summer Send Off that one of their band members will be joining the town's staff, so we can always
I've heard they're very good. I've heard of them. Now you say that.
That's kind of fun if we're doing it in camera.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a contact with them, Adam? Could we maybe,
get a contact.
can we maybe explore that quickly and then, yeah.
Yeah, right. Jim Mackey, that's cool.
Jim like.
Yep, no, like I said, we still got time, but it's good to just to throw it out there for sure, Adam. I appreciate
Jam
you.
Lackey to play in Wyoming because we're Plympton-Wyoming.
Well, it's for Celebrate Canada, so
open Cam Lackey.
There you go.
It's in Camp Lackey, so it's even better.
Mind.
Mr. Bailey and Mrs. Gladue will be there as well. Celebrate Canada.
I have 3 boxes of information from Bob.
Information.
Well, they have a new minister, so it's like senior abuse and
Like handouts.
handouts, yeah.
for safety day?
I'm still phoning the office, but okay. We do have the retro car event there as well. I haven't talked to the person that convenes that yet. Where they're at, but it's all out there to all members, so it's one of those things you advertise that they will come. That's all he said. So again, we got time to worry about the numbers. We will confirm up then once Adam finds out the contact for the group out there.
And there's nothing going on at the hall that day, right?
21st? No, I don't think so. I think we blocked you out.
Next weekend was the wedding, right? This is the.
This is why we went this weekend.
Yes.
Hydro hookups for the aqua trailers are preferred. Otherwise, it's just uncooled water.
Okay.
So not mandatory, but preferred.
Yep, we'll make it work. Okay. Canada, I think is pretty much put to bed. Everything seems to be okay with that. Again, like I said, it's early, but I think everything will be fine there.
We'll be here before we know it.
You know.
There's a couple of outlets at the gazebo at that in Kamalaki, eh?
Was that, sir?
Hydro outlets, there's a couple of them there, if they're not.
In around the pavilion again. They also have some of them buy the baseball diamonds because they use them for the pitching machines.
Okay. And then you also got one over at the library.
Yes.
Okay, moving on down the list then, community futures Plympton grant. Apply a while back, and we were successful in receiving that. It was 2,500, Nicole, I think, I got. And the stipulation, Nicole, again, was that we could use it for.
We figured for the Santa seating area and Christmas decorations are probably the best way to use the funds.
We're all okay with that? Okay, good. So that was a nice extra this year. The Community Foundation grant proposal, I put that on there for the simple fact that we could have an avenue to talk about the Santa seating area, the tent scenario. We did get $2,500 from the tent. or we did for the futures grant, I should say, we did. Of that, the seating area is gonna be then the Santa Claus pavilion, we'll call it. So we are going to have a dual purpose tent cover that will be for the Christmas tent as well as the events when Christmas is not here. And I get that ordered relatively soon, so.
When you're ordering it, order the towns 1, 2, please and thank you. Just gonna go with the 10 by 10.
The 10 by 10, because I gave you a couple options, okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with the 10 by 10 with the town logo.
I'll give you a shout on that one then. So again, it's going to be roughly $1,500 for the tent in the graphic logo on the top. It's, I said, again, it's 15 by 10. We all, okay, proceeding up with that, and then on Christmas time, we'll get the sidewalls and the topper that then makes it into a Santa village. Okay with that.
I would suggest those sidewalls and toppers would be eligible for that grant, so that's perfect.
Or if we're all okay with that, then I've got the design done. I'm keeping it relatively simple for the event committee. I'll just pass that around to the group. And Adam, I'll talk to you later about ordering and stuff like that, so. If we're all okay with that? The other tents, they were nice, but they had taken some beating over the last. Maybe. Heavy duty ones, but I mean, they were well used, so. Anything else? Um, new business number 9, motion to deposit the Magic Express. Did we already paid that though, did we not?
So we just wanted to bring it up, just the email that I sent through, just approving it, so.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, right. Well, that's done and taken care of then. Okay. We did get some new donations and if you do see on your sheet there from 3 different people. So they're still trickling in. The spots that I left open on the multi-board, Ingrid, those filled those spots nicely. So if we get any more, then we might have to get another
I
board.
know one for sure you're getting.
Okay. So we split the board vertically this year, so keep platinum and then gold, silver and bronze separate, so it's easier to handle half a sheet as compared to a full sheet.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a word with a couple of other people, perhaps a platinum that might sponsor the train in Kamlaki for Canada. The deal is almost signed off, so I'm just kind of waiting for that.
Way to go, Ingrid.
No guarantees yet, fine.
Well, thank you. You're gonna get home soon, Nicole.
It's 15 minutes.
You don't have anything else, Brenda?
Well, going back to celebrate Canada, so it is on National Indigenous Day, and we have not had any luck. So
Reaching out to any.
note or getting anyone to, I don't know, just to recognize it in any way. So I guess if anybody had any other ideas or whether is that
I mean, the other option too is we could just do a simple land acknowledgement as we kick off the celebration. There should be
That is easily done.
Mhm.
As far as getting participation through, we're required to consult with the bands when we do municipal class EAs and etc. And they're typically unresponsive, so I cannot promise we'll be able to find. I can provide a couple contacts I have, but the contacts change regularly, so it's really hard to get a good contact.
I just thought it was kind of suggested that we should do something, but we have tried to reach out and we haven't really had much luck. So I wasn't sure what you were. I'm not even sure if you had mentioned it or what.
I think it was Optimist that had asked.
Okay.
And I mean, we have tried to reach out to a few different. I think the issue too is that it is an important day and they already have their own celebrations that they've organized and been working on for a long time, so.
All we can do is try to reach out and You know, and that's all we can really do, but we're trying, but.
Through the county, the mayor has contact with Kettle Point. Not probably the closest to me.
I sent an email off to the chief at Kettle Point and have not received any answers back.
Never mind then. I think worst case scenario, we'll definitely plan to do
No,
up with the state land statement, but
Do you know if the mayor can be available then today?
speak for him. Sure can. Deputy mayor's great at doing the recognition as well, though, so. It's in Kanawha, it's her hometown, so.
That might be a good thing too then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not about it anymore. Just kidding.
You're not recording, you're okay.
Does anybody else have anything that they need to go through, Mike?
Just that we received the 2,000 from Broadway today for the train and for a platinum sponsorship.
Good stuff. Okay, that's good. Yep. I have a motion here moved by Gord, seconded by Mike, that the special events committee adjourn until June 2nd at 7. All in favor? Thank you very much.